Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Alex, the Comic Order. Thank you so much for clicking play on this video. I've got Tim, Large Man's Life, and we've got another video for you guys today. More keys out of the collection, and I'm excited about today. We're going to be showing really high value and some not so high value, but cool books nonetheless.
Cool info, right? Sometimes it's not always about how much it's worth, but more about the history of it, because some of this stuff won't ever repeat. This might be the last video we do before we lay out all of these top books that we've been laying out, or we've been explaining in the video. Lay them out by value as kind of the last prep for the draft. So getting pretty excited. It's coming.
Yep, hopefully you guys are ready for this video. Here we go.
All right, so first book we've got here is Sandman #1. Graded this one as a 6.5. Again, just kind of accumulation, minor issues, nothing major. I mean, overall, the book presents really well. It wouldn't shock us if it got into a 7.0 range, but at a 6.5, this is only a $12 book. Now, I say only because this is actually the last collaboration between Joe Simon and Jack Kirby. So, right, titans in the industry. Also, the first appearance of Sandman, Garrett Sanford, and the first appearance of Brute and Glob. Brute and Glob are interesting because they later make appearances and are involved in Neil Gaiman's Sandman, I believe. So not a series I'm familiar with, but some just cool, interesting facts, right? So $12 book, final collaboration between Joe Simon and Jack Kirby. Just cool piece of history.
Yeah, I have no idea why this one isn't worth more. It needs some kind of spec behind it, but actually, surprisingly enough, all the pictures you see behind me are Joe Simon, signed by grandson Jesse Simon. So that's really cool. He's a member of the community and a friend of the channel. So we're happy to have his grandfather's book right here. It's awesome stuff. Okay, next up is Marvel Superheroes #12. This is the first appearance of Captain Marvel. Marvel. Yeah, you
Marvel.
can't, don't say Marvel because you will get corrected. First appearance of Captain Marvel, as well as Jan Rog, who is played by Jude Law in the movie Captain Marvel. Okay, so when you're talking about Carol Danvers, it's Captain Marvel. When you're talking about
Marvel.
Yeah, this Captain Marvel, it's Marvel.
But,
that's his name, Marvel, right?
But in the movie, they called her Marvel or L. There was because something with her name tag, right?
That's
or
right.
Her dog tag, because it was like cut in half or something, and
that's
so
right.
she was Marvel.
So this is a 2.0. It appears to be pretty okay. It appears to be a solid book. One thing, it's nice. It's attached probably from here to here, which is a good thing for a 2.0 in one of these square bound books. Detached at the top corner, spine split here, spine split there. Some of this binding is kind of hanging off, but it's a 2.0, and it's at 2.0. It's only a $26 book. Once again, one of those books that I love this book. I like this character, Captain Marvel, and I'm surprised that it's not worth more than that. $26. Still awesome.
Pretty cool key and a low grade. If that's not necessarily of your concern, really affordable and easy to pick up.
You know one thing I just noticed too?
What?
Somebody colored in the eyes. So somebody colored in the eyes on this too. I forgot to mention that.
Perfect.
Well, fine. It's a 1.8.
Third book up today is 2001: A Space Odyssey #8. I think my first experience with 2001: A Space Odyssey was the TV show. Or didn't they have the watching the movies and the guys were in the crowd doing the commentary?
Now, this is my first experience with this book right now.
Okay, so I haven't read this one, but 2001: A Space Odyssey #8. This is actually the first appearance and origin of Mr. Machine, who was also known as X-51 and then later renamed as Machine Man. So
nice Jack Kirby creation again.
Yes,
and the King.
This book, graded at 7.0, presents really nice, really good-looking book. Hopefully you can see that in the video. Again, affordable key at a 7.0. It's a $42 book. So first appearance of Mr. Machine, a.k.a. X-51, later renamed Machine Man.
Machine Man. And I think you were thinking of Mystery Science Theater.
Oh, you're right.
2000 or 3000 or what was it?
Big numbers always confuse me.
It reminds me of when we were getting close to the year 2000, 1999, and Conan O'Brien would do the "in the year 2000." And it was just months away, but in the year 2000, they were looking into the future at all the great innovations that were going to come in the future.
So I think Alex is right. I think I'm thinking of Mystery Science Theater 2000 or 3000. So roast me in the comments.
All right.
Unconfirmed rumors, meaning you heard it on the internet. It's true.
I graded that at a 5. It looks really nice. But you can see there, there.
And then
The
just coming up
spine.
and down. It's got some browning too, and then along the top edge.
Yeah, it looks pretty good though. You'd think it'd be a little bit more, maybe even a 6, but 5 conservatively, anyways. All right, this is Fantastic Four number 47, the first appearance of Maximus, the brother of Black Bolt. Really great villain for the Inhumans. I graded it at a 5.0. And at that grade, it's only surprisingly a $40 book. Maximus could end up in the MCU at some point. Obviously, Maximus was in the Inhuman show, and he was played by the same guy that played the Bolton, one of the Boltons in Game of Thrones.
Oh.
The one that married, oh my gosh.
Ramsey? Ramsey Bolton?
Was it? Yeah.
I don't know. The creepy one?
The super creepy one. Yeah.
Not a fan.
Yeah, you just feel so gross watching his portrayal. But that's a great actor, is when you like hate the character.
Yeah.
That's a really good actor. So he is I really like appreciate his acting skills.
So isn't this the first appearance of the Alpha Primitives as well? Which
Yep.
I think is a slave race for,
Yeah.
Are they for the Inhumans?
For
or
the Inhumans,
okay.
yeah. And so this book, like I said, 5.0, $40. It looks really nice. There is just a corner crease, a couple corner creases down there, cumulative spine damage, and then a little bit of pre-chipping. Really nothing drastic, but all of those together, we said conservatively 5.0, and we'd be happily surprised if it came back graded at something better.
Next on the docket is Tales of Suspense, number 60. So this one, a little bit rougher copy. We graded it a 3.5. It's got like the edges and stuff. You can see a lot of browning, a lot of creases and kind of color breaks and issues with the spine, right? Just kind of up and down it. So 3.5 at a 3.5. It is a $48 book. Now, this book is important because it's the second appearance of Hawkeye. So not the first appearance, but still Hawkeye in the MCU movies, and depending on what happens with Kate Bishop, and I think is she getting a show?
Yeah, she's getting the show, and he'll be training her, mentoring her, and she'll become the second Hawkeye, which will be really neat.
There you go. So $48 book at a 3.5, second appearance of Hawkeye. Cool book, early Tales of Suspense.
Next up, we have Commandi number 1, and this is the first appearance of Commandi. Another great Jack Kirby. I think we pulled these Jack Kirbys for a reason, because they kind of all fit into this video. We're showing a lot more of the DC stuff, and it seemed like this collector, whoever had this, curated this collection, bought it originally, they were DC fans of the Jack Kirby stuff, the Fourth World stuff, the apocalyptic Commandi. And so, like I said, Jack Kirby, this is actually a very, very nice book. Tim graded this one, and then I confirmed we both thought this was an 8.0. It's a very, very nice book with potential to even go higher, maybe with the press and cleaning. But at 8.0, it's a $50 book. It's the first appearance of Ben Boxer, Dr.
Canis,
and
Great Caesar.
Great Caesar, yeah. So
and the first appearance of Commandi being Commandi number 1.
Yeah.
So
happy to have this. Always enjoy seeing this when people show it. I think I've had a copy or two throughout my life.
Yeah.
And now we have another one. So.
This one would be cool. Just, it's Jack Kirby. It's Commandi number 1. If you get it graded, right, okay, is it necessarily going to pay back? But no, but it's going to look really cool. It'd be a cool book to just present, right?
Mm-hmm.
Neat story, so.
That just screams Jack Kirby. That's like a Jack Kirby face right there, for sure.
Yeah. And again, who knows? He might pop up if, depending on Steppenwolf and is he the Lieutenant of Darkseid, and do they build on that? So, who knows? All right, so here we have the first appearance of Mr. Miracle, Scott Free, who is actually the son of Highfather. This is Mr. Miracle number 1. It is also the first appearance of Oberon, Mr. Miracle's stage manager. Now, not having read this, I don't know why he has a stage manager. Maybe it's his act. We graded this one at a 4.0, just a little bit of a rough copy. I think, Alex, you had looked at this one primarily, but it's got some tears on the spine here, some spine issues. It's also got, you can see, just some stuff on the corners, creasing, color breaks. You can see that big one kind of right through his legs there. But at a 4.0, this is a $70 book. So we had talked in a previous video about Steppenwolf and Darkseid, and if they build on that in the Justice League movies. And so if they do, I would have to think they would have to start introducing Highfather and Eugenesis and Orion, and Mr. Miracle being the son of Highfather could make an appearance too. So 4.0, affordable key, first appearance of Mr. Miracle, and if you care about a stage manager, first appearance of him too. So
it's kind of neat. He reminds me of getting his powers from Apocalypse. He was the rigorous environment of Apocalypse, like the just hellish nature of that made his skin really durable, and so he has superhuman strength, super intellect, and really durable, like physique, skin,
He was the son of Highfather, so I would have thought he would have been
New Genesis.
would have lived on New Genesis, but I don't know
During
the
his
storyline.
life on Apocalypse, it says.
Okay, interesting.
So good. Fourth World's technology.
Facts.
He is a genius inventor. He was trained by Granny Goodness.
Ooh.
It says that he stopped aging at 30. He stopped the aging process at about 30.
That would have been pretty nice. I wouldn't have mind stopping.
I would have stopped.
ages
Yeah,
at
I would have
30.
stopped.
I-
Even 35, I would have
yeah,
stopped there.
no, that'd have been good. 37 for me. It's like, just knock off a couple years. Be fine. Anyways, Mr. Miracle #1, a $70 book at a 4.0. If you can pick it up, pick it up. You never know.
Genius level intellect and knowledge about much of the universe during his life on Apocalypse. He was introduced to Hyman, the indestructible Hyman.
Golly.
Hyman?
What's that?
It's-
Hyman?
It's spelled Hyman, pronounced Hyman. Hyman.
Hyman. It's Jamaica.
Yeah, yeah, Hyman.
Jamaica man. Let's see. and there's Nick Fury in some
We're
title.
off of. We're not talking about Mr. Miracle anymore.
Oh, no, I'm still interested in talking about the indestructible Hyman, I guess. I mean, not really. Because I don't know who that is.
You don't know who the
Oh, here,
indestructible.
it's your turn.
You don't know
can have
Hyman
the-
is?
You can have the nice copy.
All right, we've got Nick Fury #1. We've got 2 copies. Tim's got a nice copy there. This is a 6.0, and this is a 4.0.
Yes.
This is the first appearance of Scorpio, the brother of Nick Fury.
Yep.
You would think that they would potentially introduce more of his background, more of his relatives, more of his adversaries in his own show.
You would
so
think.
This could be a nice spec book.
Samuel L. Jackson's playing that role in the show as well.
I would hope
right?
so,
From the movies.
yeah.
Yeah, he was good. So this one at a 4.0 is a $40 book.
And this one in a 6.0 is a $95 book.
And this is some of my favorite stuff, classic Steranko covers. So I love these from,
Sure,
I
close
don't
up.
remember what the last one he did on the Nick Fury run right off the top of my head, but man, these are cool.
And this is that late 60s kind of big premiere issue
Yeah.
type deal. You'll be so impressed when it's all edited and done.
Can't
Like-
wait. See, do you watch much football?
Yeah, yeah.
There was, so back when Rex Ryan was the head coach of the
Uh-huh.
Jets, right? Rex Ryan was kind of a blowhard.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Blah,
yeah.
blah, blah. Rex, if you're watching, I'm sorry. Love you.
Sorry,
Um,
we love. Yeah.
The Jets beat somebody in the playoffs, and they were going to go play the Patriots in the AFC Championship game. And they interviewed Bart Scott after the game. Bart
Hmm.
Scott was like the loudmouth linebacker for him, right?
Oh, yeah.
They interviewed him. And they were like, "Well, Bart, are you excited to go see, or are you excited to play the Patriots next week?" And he just stares at the reporter for a minute. He looks right at the camera. And goes, "Can't wait." It's become a meme. Here we have Demon #1. This is the first appearance and origin of Etrigan, and also the first appearance of Madame Le Fay, of Morgan Le Fay, who is the sister of Madame Xanadu. So,
Madam and Madam, I would presume. Madam.
I see what you did there. It's good. I've always just loved this character. I think even in these comics, Etrigan speaks in rhymes, and he has a human alter ego, and so he transforms into Etrigan at times when he's needed. So this one looks really nice. It really does. We graded it at 6.5 though, and part of the reason we did that is because like on the legs, you can almost see where it looks like black speckles a little bit, like there was something on top of it and the color kind of bled through, right? And that happens in a couple of different points on this book. There was also, where was it? There was some creasing on here that just brought the grade down. There was just enough of this stuff, and there was also some stuff on the back cover, which obviously you can't see because you have the board on the book itself. But at a 6.5, it is a $70 book. Now, if they proceed with the Justice League Dark, Demon was a character in that, and so he could make his appearance, which would be pretty neat. Again, I always like this character. So Demon #1, really cool key, 6.5, and it's a $70 book.
Yeah, if you want to know more about Demon, I would check out Dr. Von Chilla's channel. He's a huge Demon fan and probably a Demon expert. So, all right, this is Doctor Strange #1. We've got 2 copies here. This one is an 8.0, really nice copy. And then this one is a
6.5. So we've got really just kind of 2 issues here, just creasing down here by my right finger, and then there's a crease that kind of runs up the entire spine here. So just enough stuff to bring it down to 6.5.
And one thing that threw us off while grading this is this down here in the water. You can see that stuff by the corner. It looks like chipping. It looks like a couple chips out of the cover.
But they both have it.
But believe it or not, it is actually part of the art. Frank Bruner is the artist on the cover. And this is the first appearance of Silver Dagger. And for some reason, we had associated this book with Agamotto, but I don't think it is. It is the first Doctor Strange ongoing series
In his own title,
in his own title. Yeah, and I guess you could almost call it the second run because the first one was started at 169.
Yep.
Doctor Strange 169
Reading
after
from
Strange Tales.
Tales. Yeah.
So really good stuff, and always love this book. Always love this cover, and pretty neat stuff.
The artwork's cool. So at a 6.5, this is a $70 book.
And at an 8.0, this is a $120 book.
So we showed New Gods before. This is New Gods number 7. This is the first appearance of Steppenwolf, who I'm sure everybody recognizes from the Justice League movie. He's also confirmed for Justice League, the Snyder Cut. Alex and I were just talking about that. We're both really excited to see that. And man, a 4-hour movie.
Yeah,
like, that's gonna be wild.
Add it all. I'll watch a 6-hour movie if you want to bring it to me.
Steppenwolf, Darkseid's uncle. It's also the first appearance of Tigra, who is the ex-wife of Darkseid and the mother of Orion, and it's the first appearance of Hegra, who is the mother of Darkseid. So some neat first appearances in here. Pretty cool key. This one really good shape, really good condition. We've got it graded at an 8.0. And at an 8.0, it's only a $95 book. So for being the first appearance of Steppenwolf, who is in the Justice League movie, and then with the release of the Snyder Cut coming this year, you never know. This one could see some movement up, but really cool cover, really cool story. So New Gods number 7.
Next up, we have Defenders number 1. This is a great book. It's got Namor, the Submariner. It's got Doctor Strange and Hulk. It's her first ongoing series. And then in the next issue, issue number 2, Silver Surfer joins the team. This is the first appearance of a sorcerer named Necrodamus.
Nailed it.
This is the first appearance of a sorcerer named Necrodamus. And what's interesting is he was born with a shriveled up body. He lacked physical strength. He lacked physical stature. But he learned that through killing innocent people, he could gain godlike physique. Godlike strength, godlike appearance. So I believe that's why he was turned to the dark side, unfortunately.
He probably would have drank fit teas as opposed to working out.
Fit teas, muscle milk, and yeah. And he took a lot of creatine of the gods. So this is a really nice book. We graded this at a 7.0. It could be, it could potentially go up with a press and a cleaning. We'll see there's a little bit of like creasing up here, a little bit of spine issues. Not much, but at a 7.0, we think this is a $90 book according to GoCollect.com.
We talked about doing a follow-up video after we do the draft and after we send some of the stuff to be graded, getting back together and having an actual grade reveal compared to what we thought it was going to be. So that'll be fun. That'll be neat. I
love grade reveals. It gives Tim a heart attack when I do grade reveals. But my wife and kids get together and they look at the books, they hide the grades, and for me, there's nothing better than waiting to know what the grade is until that moment where I take the tape off.
Pulls that tape off any slower, I'm going to lose my mind.
Yep. Because I don't want to be wrong. I want to, am I right? Is it an 8.0? I see the O.
So next up, we have 2 copies of Avengers number 87. So this is the origin of Black Panther. So the one I'm holding is a 6.5, and Alex, yours is
This one's a 5.5.
So this one, it looks so nice, and I was so excited when we started grading it, but just up and down the entire spine of this book, it looks like somebody had literally taken it and rolled it over, and it's just a color-breaking crease in a couple of different spots all the way up and down this thing. So, does it get pressed and present a little better than a 6.5? Maybe, but just as it sits now, it's a 6.5. Really cool book, really cool cover, and a side story for why I'm so excited we have 2 copies of this book is because my dog ate mine.
Literally ate your copy of it, right?
Ate it.
In the bag and board and everything?
Yeah, ripped through the bag and board and ate this one. Now, I was fortunate the dog didn't eat my Submariner number 1, which was right near it, but
that would have sucked.
Me and the dog aren't friends about that.
With this one, there are some deep creases right here, and then there's some corner crunch up here. Once again, a press and a clean would improve the appearance, but probably not the grade. At this 5.5, it's an $85 book.
And at 6.5, it's a $95 book. So, pretty cool book.
All right, next up is Marvel Feature number 1. I've seen so many people show this book, and every time they do, I'm like, that is awesome. First appearance of the Defenders and the original team, and it's the origin of the team with Hulk, Submariner, and Doctor Strange. Just a cool team. Like this is like a heavy hitting team. You've got the muscle here with Hulk and Submariner. I mean, two guys. I don't know honestly who's stronger.
Powerhouses.
Powerhouses, and then you've got the Sorcerer Supreme, Doctor Strange. So really awesome stuff here.
Well, then you mentioned it too. I think in Defenders number 2, then Silver Surfer joins up.
Yep.
And you're talking, wow, hey, cosmic power galore with him. Like then you're talking about a heavy hitting group, but this is cool.
Marvel Feature goes a couple issues with the Defenders. I think maybe Marvel Feature 1, Marvel Feature 2, and then it goes into the Defenders series. And maybe it might even go a third issue, and then it jumps off into like Hank Pym stuff, which we'll talk about. Well, I guess we won't talk about that in this video, but we've got Marvel Features 4, which is Hank Pym once again returns to the Ant-Man persona. So really cool.
So actually, both of these graded out at a 6.0, which at a 6.0, they are $100 books each.
Yeah, and they've got just an accumulation of different defects, but altogether, we think they're pretty solid 6.0s.
Yeah, look really good. All right, so next book up, we've got Amazing Spider-Man number 86. Always love the early Spider-Man stuff. This one we graded at a 5.5. Again, cumulative issue type stuff. Now, the nice thing is you've got this large black portion of the cover here, which just really looks nice. You don't have a bunch of color rub on it or fading, which you usually find with black covers. At a 5.5, this is a $100 book, and this is the first appearance of Black Widow's, as it says here in Key Collector, the debut of Black Widow's skin-tight costume.
Yep.
So
it really modernizes, kind of makes her, boosts her into the 70s. And from the 60s stuff where she looked like, honestly, like Jackie Onassis, Jackie Kennedy. I don't know. She just looked way different.
Yeah, and so I think everybody's familiar with her from the movies, and that's the skin-tight costume is what she wore. So really cool early Spider-Man book. Love this stuff. $100 book and a 5.5.
Next up, we have 2 copies of Amazing Spider-Man 102. I know this one was pretty hot, and it still kind of is a really nice, sought-after book. If you can't get the 101, which is the first appearance of Morbius, this is the obvious next pick for Morbius because it's the origin of Morbius. It's also the first appearance of his fiancée,
Martine Bancroft.
Martine Bancroft. Yep. Correct. That was a test.
And just interesting tidbit on this, if you look at Morbius, it is actually misspelled on the front cover, Moribus.
Morbius. Yeah, so that's pretty neat. And there's no corrections too, so it's not like this is the error print or anything like that. But this is a 7.5, and at a 7.5, it is a $130 book. It is a square-bound book too, a thinner square-bound book, but still could present some of those same issues.
Yeah, and this one is a 5.5. It is an $80 book. I think it looks really sharp, but just cumulative defects, 5.5. All right, so next up, we have 2 copies here of Mr. Miracle number 4. So this one that I'm holding here is a really, really nice presenting copy. It does have what amounts to what we think is a pressable defect, kind of like up here in the middle where it looks like somebody almost was writing on something on top of the comic. So I think that'll press out, but as it sits, probably a 7.5. And yours?
Yeah, this is a 5.0.
Yep, so at a 7.5, this book is a $200 book.
And this one at a 5.0 is a $70 book.
And so this book is a key because it is the first appearance of Big Barda, who is a highly skilled warrior, but also the love interest of Mr. Miracle. Yeah. Everybody loves a romance.
And confirm maybe for possible movie. A New Gods movie, potentially. So
possibly so. Really cool looking cover. This one presents really awesome. Pretty excited to have these.
Very, very timely book. An awesome book. This is Avengers 19. And once again, finding just gems and keys in this collection. This presents so nicely right here. There's a little bit of pre-Marvel chipping, which means it looks like it's, you know, if it was roughed around a little bit more or like pushed down like this, it may chip off eventually, but not too bad on top. Just a little rough up there. Really not very bad on the spine. Very nice presenting book, and we think this one would grade out at about an 8.0. I think the page quality on this was pretty decent too.
Yeah.
I can't remember if that was this book or one of the other ones. Very, very nice book. It's the first appearance of Swordsman, the origin of Hawkeye. Was there any other key to this one?
The Swordsman is confirmed to appear in the Disney Plus Hawkeye series. So how they're going to introduce him or what role he's going to play, I don't know. Could be a major role, could be a minor role, but he's in there, played by actor, I think, Tony Dalton. That's what they said.
And so with this being an 8.0, it is valued at $200 according to Go Collect. Once again, finding another gem in the collection that we bought, which we didn't even know this would probably have been in our top 10 in the first video. So
yep. Really good condition. So another
awesome
cool one.
Stuff. Okay, guys, that's it for the books for this video. We are going to clear off the table in there. There's a ton of Bronze Age books. There's a couple long boxes in there, and we're going to clear it off, and we are going to place in order all of the keys that we've shown in the last 4 or 5 videos.
Something like that, yeah.
And then we'll just pan across there, and then we'll plan on how to split this collection up. Very, very exciting stuff. Hopefully you guys are excited for that. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that subscription button, hit that bell to be notified, because we're probably going to be doing that video very soon. And then we'll also be doing the draft live, so you're not going to want to miss out on that. I guess with that being said, we'll talk to you on the next one.
See you soon.
See ya, bye.